Hi, I thought I'd make a quick video about how I'm going to repair my DC40 animal Dyson vacuum cleaner. I've already started taking it to bits, so sorry about that. I've taken off the cyclone bucket, I've taken off the shells on both sides, and also this internal cover. And you can find quite a few YouTube videos about how you get those particular bits apart. You need a Torx screwdriver. So the symptom that I'm trying to fix is that I don't have very good suction. It was all right using the hose, but as soon as you relax the vacuum cleaner to use the normal floor vacuum part, I guess I don't know what that's called, it was pretty useless. First thought, I thought maybe it was just a lot of blockage. So I took the brush apart, and of course the brush was all clogged up with nonsense. But also all the pipes were clogged up, and that was the second time in just a few months. So that's a bit fishy, really. In closer inspection, the bit that's broken is the internal changeover hose. If you take a closer look, you can see it's all split in here. There's great gaping holes. And that's the hose that directs the suction from the cyclone up here down to the floor bit, which is attaching here. If I put it in the other position, as if I were using it in the upright position, whoop, now it directs the suction to the wand, and you can see this part of the tube is reasonably okay. So that explains why the wand suction was working okay, but as soon as I relaxed the vacuum cleaner, all the suction escapes through these holes, and it couldn't draw the dirt up to the cyclone, so it just left it in the brush, clogging the brush up. So that's not good. This changeover hose, I'm going to attempt to replace. I've not done this before, so wish me luck. I think I'm going to remove a couple of screws. I'm going to remove this one here on this collar. If I turn the machine over and change the position again, sorry about that. There's another screw here on this side of the collar. I'm going to take that out. And I think I'm going to have to unhook this spring from behind. So if I go like that, I think I can access it through there and unhook it. And I'm also probably going to unhook this screw here in attempt to get it out. So I will check back when I've had a go at that. So I'm going to do these little screws first. So I had a brief interlude where I had to borrow a very small T8 Torx screwdriver from a friend, because a T10 will get you in most of the way, and then you need the very tiny one. I've taken out this little screw just here. Give me a second. And on the other side, I've taken out another little screw here, and you see this spring has now moved because I have removed it from its hiding place in there where it was located. You can probably see a very small oval shaped plastic lug just out of focus at the bottom there. Now this hose is now freer to move, and it's located on some posts here, so I'm going to ease it away from those posts, but I can't hold the camera at the same time. So I've eased the top of this tube. It was located on this plastic lug here, so I sort of pulled them apart and managed to pull it off. It's still located just here, for which I need to push it down away from this top part to try and ease that off. So behind this spring here, you can see there's another little screw, and that screw, I think, is what holds on this assembly here, and this is the assembly I need to be able to remove in order to get the tube off it at this point here. So I'm going to undo that screw on the other side and hope to lift this whole grey cam out. Okay, so undoing that little screw there has removed the screw, and it's got a little plastic spacer that I'm not going to lose. And the whole of the back cam with its attached spring has lifted out. So now, turning over, this hose end is waving in the air. Look at that, see my finger right through it. That's not good, is it? So now I'm going to remove this bit here, because I think that is all that's locating this end of the hose in a groove. So I'm going to take out this bolt right here. So that came out very nice. See that lovely little plastic retainer? And now, lo and behold, the whole tube lifts out. And look, there's a long channel on the bottom and there's a short channel on the top. So I've got to remember that when I put the new one in. So look at that. That's wrecked, isn't it? So it's time to put the new one in. Oh my goodness, no wonder it didn't work. Right, so my beautiful new version with the long channel on the bottom. I'm going to locate him in the groove I took the other one out of. And then I'm going to put that plastic retainer back in. So I put my beautiful new pipe in, and when I was at it, I've located it on that cam behind. Let me turn it over, you can see. There he is, this piece here. It's got a little lug and it's located in the top half of that tube. So it's time to put the retainer back on here. So this retainer is held in by a T10 Torx screw, by the way. This retainer here, I've popped it back in. It's located on the chassis of the Hoover with a pin here and into the brand new tube with a pin just here. So now it actuates like this, suction to the floor, suction to the wand. So I'm going to put it back in suction to the floor mode, turn the whole thing over, and just here you can see where I removed that funny little screw with the plastic spacer. This one, I'm going to replace him now to hold that cam on. Right, so that cam's nicely screwed on, but I've just got to get this spring back, and he's located on the other side of that. So if I turn over, do you see there? In that. It's got to get on that. That's going to be a pain. Right, so I finally got this spring located on the other side of this tab. You've got to be really careful. Basically, you have to make sure that your wheel cam here is in the right position, so it kind of supports this plastic lug, because this plastic lug is really delicate and bendy. And then you somehow managed to get the screw located on the other side of it, just there. And I used a combination of a screwdriver and a pair of archery forceps and a lot of swearing. But now, when I move those wheels, look at that. Beautiful. I've just got to replace this screw here and its friend on the other side, for which I have to move the pipe, if you remember, to get to that one there. Going to put those in now. So you missed the bit where I took this cover off, but now I have to put it back on. This is the filter side of the machine. And here's the cover, fits nicely on, and there's 4 screws here, here, here and here to do up. I think they're T10s. So I put that back on now. Right, on the non-filter side, there's 2 washers in mine as spacers that go on here. And then I get to put the cover back on. And then there's this irritating plastic cap. So there'll be a bit of fiddling, because I think the way I got it off was trying to grip these 2 holes with a pair of archery forceps, and it was just a bit of a pain. Non-filter side is lovely and reassembled. On this side, I just have to add my filter and put the cover back on.